Some positive news. The countdown for Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore's return to Earth has already begun, with a pair of US astronauts stranded for more than 9 months on the ISS, which is International Space Station. NASA has confirmed that duo will return to Earth on Wednesday as per IST. Remember, this will be a 17-hour trip back to Earth. The two astronauts flew to the orbital lab in June last year on what was supposed to be a days-long round trip to test out Boeing's Starliner on its first crewed flight. However, spaceship developed propulsion problems. It was deemed unfit to fly and came back and instead returned empty. Times Network's Hiten is at Sunita Williams' hometown, Chulsan village in Gujarat, where he interacted with school kids. Let's listen to it.
करीब 9 महीने बाद सुनीता विलियम्स फिर एक बार धरती पर लौट रही है। ऐसे में उनके गांव महसाणा के जुलासन में जश्न का माहौल है। करीब 2 दिनों तक ये जश्न जो है मनाया जाना है। इस वक्त हम जुलासन की स्कूल में मौजूद है, जहां पर उनके पिताजी ने एजुकेशन कंप्लीट की हुई थी। यहाँ पर आप देखेंगे कि तस्वीर सुनीता विलियम्स की बड़ी लगाई गई है और बच्चों को भी यही प्रेरणा दी जाती है कि यहाँ से निकलकर आप भी वहां तक पहुंच सकते हैं। देखिए, स्कूल के छोटे छोटे बच्चे मौजूद है हमारे साथ। क्या नाम है बेटा आपका?
खुशी।
आप जानते हो सुनीता आंटी कौन है?
हाँ, वो आकाश में जाने वाली प्रथम महिला है।
आपको भी जाना है वहाँ?
हाँ, जाएंगे।
हमें बड़ा होकर सुनीता विलियम्स के जैसे हमारे गांव का नाम रोशन करना है। हमें भी अवकाश यात्री बनना है।
अच्छा, आपको भी बनना है। आपको पता है क्या करना पड़ता है उसके लिए?
उसके लिए बहुत ही श्रम, मेहनत, सारी मेहनत करनी पड़ती है, बहुत सारी।
सबको एक साथ सुनीता विलियम्स की तरह बनना है।
हाँ,
हम तो बोलेंगे, क्योंकि जुलासन में इतना माहौल है। जब आपने वो छोटे छोटे बच्चों को आपने जाना, पहले कितना उत्साह है।
And as NASA astronauts Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore are scheduled to return to Earth after spending more than 9 months on ISS, we speak to ISRO Chief Dr. V. Narayanan ahead of the historic moment. And Sunita Williams, whose roots trace back to Gujarat, now she's always been a source of inspiration for Indians. Now we'd ask ISRO Chief, as a ISRO Chief, how do you personally see her contributions, and what is your message for Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore both?
I am extremely happy to note that Sunita Williams is returning after 9 months, and it is going to be an exciting day. And on behalf of the Department of Space and the entire country, let me wish her a safe return. And we are so excited to see her back. To note that even though it took a lot of time, during this time, lot of experiments they have carried out. These experiments will be highly useful for the scientific community. And we also learned lot of lessons from this to ensure the 100% perfect Gaganyaan mission.
It's very good to see your smiling face and your excitement, which is uncontrollable, Mr. Narayanan. Now, we ask you, what lessons can India take from this mission? Well, after all, Gaganyaan will be ISRO's first human space flight as well. So what lessons are there for India, particularly in dealing with unexpected technical failures and mission extensions?
Yeah, in fact, when you talk about this type of missions, lot of things has to be done. Number one, if you take our Gaganyaan mission, number one, we have to do the human rating of the vehicle. Human rating is meant for improving the reliability of the vehicle. We have completely gone through the qualification of the vehicle, and we have almost human rated the vehicle. Also, continuously we are monitoring the health we will be monitoring the health of various subsystems of the vehicle in order to ensure the vehicle is working safely. And second aspect is the orbital module in which the Gaganyatris have to travel. We have to maintain the required pressure, temperature, humidity, carbon dioxide, and we call it as an environmental control and safety system. the development and qualification is going on with full vigor. Then in the event of any issue, in the event of any problem associated with the vehicle, we have to save them safely. For that, we are developing a crew escape system and we are undergoing a different qualification process. Also, the vehicle will be taking them, Gaganyatri, to 170 kilometers from there. We have to take them to the orbit by a propulsion system called service model propulsion system, which is put through extensive testing and qualification. And we have to maintain the Gaganyatris safely in the orbit. And when you bring back, lot of heat flux will be generated. And we are doing extensive theoretical studies, experimental studies, and we have completed the design and we are realizing the thermal system. And the last phase, they have to be brought down by the parachutes. And 9 parachutes are there. The entire thing, development and qualification is going on. And we are not taking anything for granted because this is the mission in which the human life is involved. And that too, our own brothers or sisters' life is involved. And the entire ISRO and the organizations across the country who are involved in the Gaganyaan program is systematically, with single-minded devotion, we are working to ensure the mission is successful in the first attempt. As ISRO chief, I am extremely confident the way we have handled the Mars orbiter mission. You know, India is the only country and first country succeeded in the Mars orbiter mission, and in which we have learned the lesson from others. Similarly, here also we are learning the lesson from our own development issues and others, and we are going to ensure a grand successful mission, and it will be a perfect 100%. First mission itself will be a 100% successful mission.
Mr. Narayanan, what Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore endured in space during 9-month-long extended stay is also about mental strength and resilience. Now, how are astronauts in India trained to take on these challenges and uncertainties? Can you throw some light on that?
In fact, they are put through a series of training programs, both theoretical training as well as experimental training. And they will be really, the type of training what is given will give them enough confidence, enough resilience to handle this type of situations.
India has emerged as a key space player after success of Chandrayaan-3 and Aditya L1. Now, with India preparing for Gaganyaan mission, what protocols has ISRO studied from NASA's human space flight programs?
We have human rating our LVM-3 vehicle. It is not the same LVM-3 vehicle which is going to take our Gaganyaan-3. In fact, if you take, we are having 3 propulsion systems. All the 3 propulsion systems are subjected to extensive testing, demonstrating its margin, and we have completed the qualification. Take different structures. It is put through different level of test, and we are clearing. Take the equipment bay, which consists of electronic packages, control systems, navigation system. Everything is, in fact, we have brought quadruple redundancies and against triple redundancy. So,
Mr. Narayanan, would ISRO consider developing its own version of Starliner, like vehicle for regular human space flights? Is there any chance of doing that?
We are developing the vehicle, for example, equipment bay with quadruple redundancy. First time we have considered and it is undergoing different testing. Another important thing is integrated vehicle health monitoring system. Almost 300 parameters we are monitoring to ensure the safety of the astronauts. And in the event of any issue, they will be saved by using the crew escape system. And we are also going through a series of test programs in order to ensure the success of the mission. And I am quite confident we will succeed in the first attempt itself with the total country with us, total blessing of the country and the type of technical capability of the country. I am quite confident we will succeed the mission in the first attempt itself.
And Sunita Williams, who is of Indian origin, it is said she took a piece of India with her to space. Now she carried Bhagavad Gita, an idol of Lord Ganesha. She leaned on her roots to find strength in space amidst all that uncertainty in 9 months. So back in India, we've seen how ISRO scientists offer prayers before these challenging missions. So what is the role of spirituality in the life of a scientist and astronaut while embarking on such challenging missions, Mr. Narayanan?
You know, we always pray, and because of course we have to do systematically the scientific activities. But then we also strongly believe in our roots, and in fact, we the scientists have always pray at the end of the day, and so that is what I want to communicate.
Thank you so much, Mr. Narayanan, for joining us and giving us these details, important perspectives on this important mission where these two astronauts coming back to Earth after 9 months.